Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Akabane101 and welcome back to Diablo 1. This is the Belzebub mod and we're going to be continuing on with our playthrough, I know, 2 years later. I unfortunately have switched PCs since the last time we've played, and unfortunately I don't have my save file. So I started a brand new character here. His name is Test, because I was going to test him out to see how he works. But yeah, we're going to give it a go. I've been putting a lot of points into Dex. You can see my magic is no longer as high as it used to be. In fact, it's just the default. Same as my vitality, it's still default. Strength's at 40, Dex is at 70, and we're going to be playing as this character. Just so you know, I have not killed the Butcher on this character yet, but I have done a couple quests that I haven't done in the main series, purely on accident. I found a magic rock and I gave it to Griswold, and he made me a ring, which I believe is one of these two rings here. I think it's either the Empyrean Band ring or the Imp Spiral ring. I think it's the Empyrean Band. So I've gotten that one, as well as a commenter in episode 11 mentioned that I should get the 3 magic stones to fight Arcane and get the Arcane's Valor ringmail. So I went ahead and did just that, and on screen right now you should be able to see what I did to go ahead and get that. It's very easy. It's on floor number 5 if you're curious on how to get this armor. It's very, very easy. The fight is different in Belzebub than it is in the vanilla version of Diablo. In the vanilla version, you just fight more of the Horn Demons. In this version, you actually fight Arcane himself, who is brought back from the dead, who has already killed those Horn Demons, and is there to kick your butt. He has tons of cool magical abilities. It's a great fight. Regardless, though, let's continue on. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and fight Mr. Butcher himself, and we're actually going to grab a second town portal scroll. I've been hoarding a bunch of books, in case you guys haven't noticed. I have Charge Bolt, Firebolt, Holy Bolt, Healing, all this stuff. The only books I've sold so far on this character is Heal Other. So the reason for that, Belzebub doesn't have multiplayer, as you guys would know. So we're going to be continuing on here. So let's go to the waypoint here and go to level number 2. One thing I found out is you can actually teleport to floor number 5 through a little catacomb thing in the northeastern part of town, which is really, really awesome. So what we're hunting down today, it's not the Freeman. I mean, that's one thing I'll tell you guys. God, there's so many things that have happened in the past 2 years. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, we're going to be hunting down this room with the Butcher in it. You guys have seen it before if you've watched the series so far, but I think it'd just be a lot of fun to fight the Butcher one more time. I guess to give you guys a little bit of detail on what items I have the Ace of Spades, +3 strength, +5 vitality. This is all just gotten through one full sweep. I went through all of floor 1 through 5, killed 100% of the monsters, at least as much of the ones that I could find. And this is the weapon sets that I have. If I hit W here, you'll see that I have the steel bow as well. Not very good. The chance to hit is +15%, so that's really useful for trying to make sure I get, 100% chance of hitting. I'm not sure if 100% chance to hit actually is 100% chance to hit. I wonder if that's based off like 0 AC monsters. I don't know much about it. Of course, anyone that knows all about the stats in the game, I always appreciate the comments. I do read them, even if I don't respond to them or like them or whatever. I do read the comments, contrary to popular belief. So don't worry about that. Or you can hit me up on Twitter and be like, hey, there's this thing you should totally do. That's always useful as well. But yeah, I've been trying to avoid most of the Black Death. I think I got hit by 1 Black Death on this character here, so that would be -1 to my maximum health. Unfortunate, but it happens, You can't really avoid everything, especially when you're playing primarily a melee character. The reason I got hit by a Black Death, actually, was because I didn't have any ranged alternatives at the moment, and that's not great. Yeah, kick Deadeye's ass with this weak-ass weapon. I love it. You can tell that these monsters do not have a lot of health. Alright, let's go. Grab all this stuff. Tons of gold, though. Always appreciate that. I remember one commenter is like, lol, it's not money, it's gold. It's all... Every game has some sort of renamed currency. Funny enough, I've actually been a DM for Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm noticing so much in this game that I can compare it to Dungeons & Dragons. In fact, Diablo 1 feels basically like Hyper Dungeons and Dragons if you were just one character going through the thing. The stats are just so skewed in one way where you just have to have hundreds of each stat, as opposed to, you know, having these like minuscule, nice small numbers in D&D. You have like these gigantic big numbers that has always been a staple of Diablo, but still somehow rooted in that Dungeons and Dragons style of gameplay, which I really love. It's only made me respect the game more when replaying it the past few days to kind of catch up with the character that we have so far. And I've been just absolutely loving the game. Unfortunately, I just when I switched rooms 2 years ago, for whatever reason, I stopped playing, and it became very difficult for me to want to get back into it. There was a lot of games coming out at the time that I just really wanted to play. I couldn't tell you what those games are because it's been 2 years, and you know, whatever it was, I wanted to play those games instead. And Belzebub got put on the back burner, and I just never finished it. Hey, look, it's a butcher's home. Yeah, so now we're back, and hopefully things will be great as I get exploded, as always. Alright, let's just deal with these jerks first so we don't have to worry about them. I think I get teleported over into the butcher's room, as far as I can tell. So I don't think we're going to have any problems here. There we go. I love the bow, though. The bow is like a must-have as warrior, I feel. It's weird, I'm finding dexterity to be a really safe bet when it comes to playing warrior, which, when you think of warrior, like, that's strength, right? There's 3 classes in vanilla Diablo. There's the warrior, the rogue, and the mage. Those are the 3 types, right? The 3 archetypes. Obviously, with Belzebub, you got 6 types, but yeah, in this case, the 3 default things, and you got 4 stats. So obviously, warrior would take out strength and vitality, right? Well, the thing is, dexterity also makes it so you can actually hit things, so that's why it's so high in comparison to my strength stat. I feel like if you just can't hit stuff, then you're probably not going to have that great of a time. Also, I do see that guy shooting me in the top there, but he hasn't actually had a good time trying to actually do damage.
I have no room.
I have no room? God damn it, man. Once again, running into these issues. Oh, we don't need that cloak, though. I don't even know why I picked that up. Do I have anything else that's default? Nope, don't need that. I got, of course, a book of other healing. Of heal other, excuse me. Other healing. Oh my gosh, I can't read, apparently. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. I've gotten so many comments asking me to play this game again, and with good reason. The game's fun. The game's fantastic, especially with Belzebub. I honestly think it plays better than Diablo 2. Looks better than Diablo 2 at this point, just because you can actually play in 1080p. I'm not sure if they patched Diablo 2 recently to make it run in 1080p, but damn, man, this game looks solid. It feels good. Diablo 2 obviously has completely different ways that you play the game, in terms of it's a lot more skill-based. When it has, when I say that, I don't mean like Call of Duty skill. I mean like there's a lot more skills in the game to actually use. There's plenty in this one, but most of them are like magic abilities and just a few like warrior-focused skills. But there's a lot of fun things about this game. It feels very natural to just get back into it. And you can pretty much play one-handed, honestly. Another person suggested that I use the F1 keys. So, for example, I can hit F5 here, and I can actually set this. So if I were to say hit F5, it would actually translate that to my right mouse button. So if I want to go back to my cleave skill, now that's already there. I'm not sure if I hit it again. Does that work? No. Okay, so you have to still hit right mouse button, but it's a quick way to equip that stuff. Very nice. Alright, look at these lovely people. Always appreciate being able to zoom in. Alright, so we're going to hit F5, right mouse button, and we'll see how this goes. I actually have not tested this character against this boss, so it might just be a lot of heal spamming, as most bosses tend to go.
I can't get there from here.
That's fine, sir. We'll do the classic door technique, where you murder everything going through here. Come here, you guy. So far, the Devilkin have not been too bad. That's what happens, though, when you have arcane armor. Or armor of arcane. Whatever you want to call it. It makes things a little bit easier. And I've only just gotten it. I had no idea anything about it until someone commented it on episode 11. And I was just scrolling through the comments recently, and I was like, oh, there's armor you can get from that stuff. So I went ahead, I searched up the quest online to see how it actually works, because it wasn't particularly clear what happened. Because I put the stone on the pedestal, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then, sure enough, the guide is simply just like, oh, when you do that, it opens up another room. Just go find it. And I'm like, okay. Went around, found it very quickly. It was attached to the main central zone, and then sooner or later I had all 3 stones, put them on the pedestal, I got my arcane armor, which was awesome. And in the video I watched of it, it was some guy playing vanilla, and like, you're really zoomed in. Like, you're like pretty much how we are right now, which, fair enough, right? I mean, I think technically when you have a bow this zoomed out, and in 1080p you can actually zoom out even further, believe it or not. You could probably really cheese the game super hardcore.
I can't carry anymore.
Shit, man. I can't carry anymore. The hell? Gonna scroll up resurrect. I might drop off the heal other. I mean, it's only 100 gold. It really is not worth that much. Pip pip. Let's do that. Pip pip. Yeah. That seems fine. I mean, I can just toss these guys under here. Kill. Kill. So I think it's probably best that we clear everything, right? Hello. I feel like all the monsters like circled around on me. These doorways help a lot, man. They keep you alive. Although not particularly necessary right now, because there's just not that many enemies in this room, but it's all good. There we go. Skeleton defeated. Like, let's just barge into this room and see how bad it gets. Like, you see, whenever you kill a fallen, they just run away, so you don't have to worry about it. I think they're literally an enemy that's designed for you to be aggressive on, so you don't have to worry about too much. Oh shit, that fire is real! I didn't even realize. You know, I'm not someone that uses my cleave too much, and the thing is, I only have 24 mana. So this is definitely like a very different character from the one we were playing before, where before I had magic and cool abilities and things like that. Right now I'm just focusing on my melee skills and trying not to die. It's funny, there's one comment in the very first video that I made on this series. I hit the lever! Oh my god, there's so many things that happened in the last 2 years. There's one comment on the first video where they're like, well, you don't know what happens when you're gonna die? Well, good thing is you picked warrior, you'll find out very quickly. And very, very truthful words, because I did end up dying at one point. Oh no! We got the butcher. Now, the 2-second CG. What can we fit onto the very small, compact disc, guys? I don't know. Ah. Oh shit, he has knockback? Alright, let's kill the ads. Let's kill the ads.
I have no room.
Okay. Let's get into the middle of the room, shall we? There we go. Oh my god, look. This is like night and day. I haven't had to heal yet.
The dead are now avenged.
Night and day battle. Look at this shit, man. Arcane's Valor. Awesome. Awesome shit, man. And we got a new bow. Yeah, boy. We got a cleaver. Okay, you know what? Just to be safe, because I don't remember if I can come back here immediately. Because I'm going to use a teleportation scroll here. So I'm not sure if I can just come right back. I'm not entirely certain on that one. Anything else I can grab, maybe? Got some clubs? No. Well, we can go grab the book that we dropped off earlier. I'm excited to see what this bow's all about, because if I can get an awesome bow, then that'd be great. That's the one thing I feel like I'm missing with this current early game build. Oh man, look at that decapitated body! I tried looting it, but nothing happened. Unless I put it into my inventory. Oh god. This game's definitely not satanic at all. People complained about Mortal Kombat, and then Diablo just came in, and then Diablo was just like, Hwah! Destroy everything! It don't matter. Oh, interesting. I guess you can only hotkey one scroll at a time, which is a bit odd. That's fine. Let's get in there. Town portal from test. I wish I didn't name this character Test. It literally was me to see if the game was working properly on this new PC. Alright, so we gotta go to Deckard Cain.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Stay a while and listen.
Long time no see. Awesome. Alright, so what do we got here? We got a terrible durability two-handed weapon, but, and that's a big but, we got 4 to 24 damage in comparison to 3 to 15 damage. That's not bad. Plus 10 strength is also god tier. That's really good. Unusual item damage. That's a weird term for it. Fast attack continues on here. Wow, but look at the enhanced damage. So we're going to go from 55 DPS to... No way, it's actually weaker. It's actually weaker because of these specific traits on my Ace of Spades. Incredible. We'll hold on to it, though, for memory's sake, of course. We'll put that on tab 10 for boss items, so they're all amazing. Alright, switch our weapons around. Yeah, look at that, 18 DPS with this current bow. So, still 2 to 6 damage, but we resist magic, and we also get 1 to 12 lightning damage on top of knockback. But we don't have that plus 15% to hit, so this is going to be actually not as common at a hit, but I hit for a lot more damage, so I think overall that this weapon is going to work out a lot better for us. Even though we're at 86% chance to hit. Not great. Not great. But not the end of the world either. On tab 2, we'll throw down the old bow, because, again, this is not a bad bow. By any stretch of the imagination, the higher chance to hit is always great. 100% chance to hit is great. But the damage is definitely lacking in every way. Alright, what else do we got? We got the Death Mantle, which is actually just a shirt. So, unfortunately, this is not going to help out in any way. 1 armor class. I'm good. I'm good. Armor class, of course, also makes a lot more sense to me now that I've played Dungeons & Dragons and been a DM for a while now. Things are just so different. My world has changed. It's a different landscape of knowledge. Let's drop all this other crap off. Actually, should check to see if that dagger was any good. Nah, that's not good. Not that great. Let's go to the healer. I need healing. Here you go. Nani? I thought he would buy those books. I guess Adria would actually buy those books, but we'll give it to the trader. Because I really don't care. Actually, hold on. Trader takes it for 100 gil. Gil? Oh, God. I've been playing too many Final Fantasy games in the past couple of years. Alright, so go talk to Adria. I am in search of answers. Ooh! I will take it. Thank you. Thank you, Adria. You kind lady that will never, ever do anything bad to me. Or any of my future characters. You can take all this. Yeah. I still haven't found out if when you die you lose your gold, so we should do the thing that someone suggested at some point in the future. I know I said this in the last video, but we should definitely do that test at some point. Not in this video, but in the future. Where we grab like, you know, 50 or... No, we should grab 10 gold pieces to see the percentage of items that we lose, or of gold that we lose. Or in that case, we should grab 100. But yeah, all right. It's only been 18 minutes in the video. Let's go back in here, grab some more loot. Gotta be some more sick loot here. I got ooh, I mean, short staff of healing. Even though that's white, I mean, I'm sure it still sells fairly well. And then we'll just head back to the waypoint so we don't have to use another teleportation scroll. I'm kind of ignoring any of the white items at this point. I want to get blue or higher because you really don't get that much inventory space in the game. It's kind of a shame. Oh, hello. That guy just got exploded. Alright, I think I'm liking this new bow. This new bow is pretty sick. One thing I love about how this game kind of does its armor system. Diablo 2 kind of obviously revamped it and made it so like every piece of gear changes the look of your character slightly. In this one, once you pass a certain armor class, an armor rating, at that point your character changes his appearance. Basically when you hit certain thresholds, I'm not sure what the thresholds are, but For example, when you start as a warrior, you look like you're just in, like, destroyed clothes. Like, you just picked them off a dead guy on the way over to Tristram. Which is probably very possible. I mean, who knows, right? And then as you start exploring and, getting sick loot. What the hell am I saying? When you start getting some sick loot and all that stuff, I mean, man, it's awesome. Your character starts looking cooler. He gets better looking armor. I hope there's other thresholds. I hope it doesn't just end here. Like, this armor looks awesome. I already love it, but I hope it gets even more nutty later on, and you start looking even more badass, and seeing just how cool you can end up looking. All right, let's cut these guys down. They gotta die. See what I mean about these bows? They're so good. Hello, ghouls. Ghouls and owl ghouls. Actually, I have to wonder, is there any owl ghouls in this one? Who knows? Now, we're only on floor 2, so I mean, I don't even need to be here. Let's see, where's the map? I forget where the actual teleportation area was. I think it's southwest, excuse me, on the map. So we got this lovely room here. Let's see what's in there. Hello, skeletons. Spooky, scary guys. I think I missed a room with a bunch of books, and in fact, probably up here. I am expecting a comment of me missing that. Ooh, am I just forgetting where I was? Apparently I am. Oh, no, I walked right over the waypoint. My eyes are definitely very good. Definitely. All right, let's go back to Tristram. We'll sell this stuff real quick. Someone also mentioned that if you... This was in episode 11. Someone mentioned that if you repair your gear, it doesn't sell for more. So I'll keep that in mind. I'm not sure, though, if selling it identified or not matters. So this is worth 60 at the moment. So we'll go over to Deckard Cain. Usually this is gambling. So it has to be removed. Oh, I have no money. Let's go to the private stash. There we go. Hello, Deckard. Yeah. All right, Griswold.
Well, what can I do for you?
Oh, there you go. So that already proves that. I'm pretty sure I did this before. There's a little test, but, you know, it's always worth doing again, right? So we'll sell that to him. Oh, wait. Oop, you can have the little paddle as well. I'm sure whatever it wasn't that great. Considering I'm already on yellow gear, right? Like, once you get into the yellow territory, then you're just living the dream. I sense a soul in search of answers. Whoop! Inferno. I'm sure those are very good spells that I will not be using until later. My goal right now is to get my dex to like 100. And hopefully my strength to like 70, 75, roughly, if I can. That would be great. And then also get my magic up. If I can start getting my magic up at some point, I think we're gonna be sitting on something quite nice. Quite nice. But first, survivability is very important. So not getting hit is my goal mostly. So high AC and all that stuff. So let me show you guys this cool thing. I mean, if you ever played Diablo 1 before, you've probably seen this before a million times. But at some point, once you get to level 5, you unlock this little building here. And I'm assuming it's every 5 levels. So once you get to level 5, 10, 15, and the final, I think, is 20, you can just go into one of these buildings and it will just automatically send you there, which is great.
That stench. Is it me? Or are there zombies down here?
Oh, God. Might be. There might be a few zombies. Lots of Black Death, actually, in this area. That's why the bow is so good, because then you don't get eaten and lose all your max health. Which, by the way, can I just say, that is evil. That is very evil of Blizzard to put that into their game. Black Death, man. To lose 1 max health every hit, that's quite something in my personal opinion. To the point of where you could actually get to the point where you would most likely want to delete your character because you messed up so bad. I feel a lot safer with this armor. I ran through this before, off camera, trying to get this character to finish the zone at least. And, oh my god, like, everything was hitting me every single hit. And I thought I had decent AC when I got here. Then Arcane's armor comes around and it's like, yeah, we'll just give you twice that. We'll give you twice that AC. Because like, what are we sitting on for AC right now? Like 25 just on the body alone, which puts us at 49. That's awesome. That's so good. We're basically gods. Until we get to probably floor 6, and then everything starts hitting us again. But, you know, that's why we go through these floors multiple times. The whole point of these are to have some sort of grind, right? And the great thing about Belzebub, it has all these cool different difficulties that were introduced in Diablo 2, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. I'm pretty sure they didn't have difficulty settings in this game. We have another magic rock. Yeah, I don't need that. Interesting how that responds. And there's plenty of different things that have been done in Belzebub that have changed it from vanilla. And of course, many people have asked, hey, why are you playing a mod version of the game before you've even touched it really in vanilla? And truly, the reason for it, the vanilla version doesn't run very well. It's kind of just a nightmare to play. And this mod pretty much does a lot of things to make it hold up to Diablo 2 and all that stuff. So that's what I've been really enjoying this mod specifically. I'm having fun. I'm definitely enjoying the game in every way. And I think that's the most important thing. As long as I'm enjoying the game and whatever is presented to me is good and well done, I think it doesn't matter if I'm playing a mod or vanilla in this case. And it seems to stay true to vanilla and enhance vanilla in some ways, as people have said. So that's you know, more power to it. It's fantastic. I agree with a lot of commenters that it does suck that you don't have multiplayer. That's the one thing that does kind of hold it back. The mod, if it had multiplayer, would easily be one of the best mods out there, I'd say. But even still, in its current form, this is a fantastic mod. Just runs really well, improves every aspect of the game, and just makes it very enjoyable to someone like me who had a very difficult time getting into the old game due to the very low frame rate and archaic controls and all that stuff. So that's really why I've been super into this type of game. All right, let's get that small chest. And anything else? There's a lot of loot here. So yeah, this magic rock, I picked it up. I gave it to Griswold, and he just made a ring for me, and that's basically it. It really didn't even have any story to it. It was just some caravan got knocked over by some demons or some bandits or something like that. They dragged it into the cathedral, and then you have to go find it, and then there you go. It's completely random where you find it. It's either in level 5 or 4. This time we found it in 5. I swear I saw it in 4 before. But you literally just pick it up, give it to Griswold, and you're good to go. No problems whatsoever. Alright, anything else here? We have tons of shit in here, man. I'm just trying to pick it all out. That's one aspect I kind of wish was in this game, which I get why it's not, because it's just that's how Diablo 1 plays. But the inability to run around is definitely... it's like when you never have played, if you've never played Morrowind before, and then you've been someone that's played Skyrim, you've been someone that's played Oblivion, where you just run around all the time, and that's just something you do. Well, say you go back to Morrowind and you realize that walking is the most proper way to get through that game, because then you're not wasting stamina jogging around everywhere. And in this game, it doesn't even have jogging. It doesn't have running or jogging. It's just pure walking, and you realize just how slow and methodical you really go through a lot of these dungeons. It's kind of insane. There we go. Get these guys out. Beautiful. Oh god. Wow, this bow is actually not bad. I mean, even with it only being like 38 damage per second, that's not bad at all. I'm gonna drop some more heals. You're noticing these smaller heals are still not healing me to full health. I don't think I put a single point into vitality, but it's been buffed to 37 because of the gear I have. So it's actually pretty solid right now. Also, is there no way to go south? Do I have to go? Oh, I have to go around. See, this is the part where I'm like, I wish there was a sprint. At least an out of combat sprint, you know? But there's ways to abuse it. The enemies also are limited to walking, so if you could run around, it would obviously break the game even further than it could be with this mod, considering if I was playing 1080p, I just would zoom out so far that essentially I could shoot from across the map. But then again, they're shooting from across the map, so maybe it doesn't even matter. Look at that. You see that shit? It's ending right here, but they clearly are shooting at me, so that means the AI knows where I am. So if you're playing like normal mode, like this, you'd be like, where's that arrow coming from? It's coming from the realm of bullshit's where it's coming from. God damn it, Blizzard. Those hidden ghouls are interesting because they don't do anything. You think they'd be scary and dangerous. As far as I understand it, they don't do really anything except for just be targets for death. Oh my god, my first amulet. Finally. I've only run across one amulet in the game, and it was reduce your vitality by like 10 or some shit. It's like, oh, thanks, game. I was so excited at the time, too. It was like, it's a blue item. You got your amulet there, buddy. I equipped it, and I was like, man, I'm dying really fast all of a sudden. And sure enough, I identify it. And it's like, yeah, you have less health than you should. I'm like, oh, great. Oh, what a game. That's the weird thing about this game. It does so many things that you just wouldn't expect. Having negative traits on gear, which is actually, that's why the identification like thing has been in the game. It was because of those negative traits. You just don't know if it has positive or negative traits, and that's very Dungeons and Dragons. Like, there are items that have curses on them in Dungeons and Dragons, and unless you find out what those curses are, you're going to be receiving that curse for as long as possible, which I just think is a really cool idea, and the fact that it's in this game is awesome. Again, just gives me so much respect for this type of game and the time that it was made, and you can see the inspirations from pen and paper RPGs. It's very, very awesome indeed, and I mean, it still looks goddamn gorgeous. I mean, the graphics have held up. If you zoom in real close, then obviously you can see there's this weird red line around the character model that looks just bizarre. But if you zoom out like this, I mean, it's the nice thing about isometric games. They just always look freaking good. Especially if the textures have been just done right. So one of the reasons, like, actually, like, older Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy VII, like any of the 3D ones on PS1, the reason those hold up so well, if you just ignore the character models, is because the backgrounds are all pre-rendered visuals, so they look really, really high quality. They look really nice. Of course, on top of this, you also have the benefit of the mod being revered as the HD mod for Diablo, so it does enhance a lot of the textures around there, but regardless, it's just a very, very nice thing to see. Alright, let's see. Where would I put this? No, where? Where would I put this? This reminds me of Detroit Become Human. Know you can seek your authority? No, where?
I have no room.
Book of Flash, that's a new one. Book of Inferno. Oh my god, so many items. So many items. Well, tell you what, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video here. But in the next video, it's going to take place right where we left off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this so far. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Unlike this skeleton, who's getting in the way of the outro. Alright, guys. I'll see you in a moment.